It's time for the Jeff Capel Show. The Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network is brought to you by UPMC Health Plan, official health plan of Pitt Athletics. GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community service since 1892. And by Pepsi. This is the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
It is the first Jeff Capel Show of the year. The Panthers open against Youngstown State coming up Monday at 7 o'clock here at the Peterson Events Center. And Jeff, I mean, every year there are new things, especially now. How have you gone about, for fans that haven't been out yet, gone about putting together this roster?
Well, at the conclusion of last season, obviously we as a coaching staff and me being the leader of the program were very disappointed in how it ended. We were very disappointed in how we played in January, February, and the early part of March. That did not sit well with us. I thought that we didn't play with the necessary toughness that is required to win basketball games, and we lost a lot of close basketball games. If you look at that period of time, with the exception of at Duke, at SMU, and home against Virginia, I'm almost certain the rest of those games were like one-possession games with 5-6 minutes left in the game. But that's not enough. We didn't have the toughness and the grit that's necessary in order to win those games, where the previous 2 years, where we won 24 and 22 games, we were able to win those games. And so when we looked at all of that, one of the things that was really important for us as we entered into the portal in recruiting late was really trying to recruit physicality, really trying to recruit guys that we felt like could defend. And when I'm saying that, it's not a knock on anyone else. Mm-hmm. We didn't do a great job last year. And so when we put together this roster, if you look at our guys from the portal, when you look at DeMarco Minor, when you look at Barry Dunning, and then you look at Noyes Intrasitis, those three guys came from winning programs. There's a level of physicality that all three of them have, and they're able to defend, we think, at the level that's necessary and have some toughness. If you look at DeMarco, he was a part of an Oregon State team that was picked towards the bottom of the league. They won 20-plus games. A big part of it was him at the point guard position, his toughness, his competitive spirit, and things like that. If you look at Barry Dunning, they were picked to finish last in their league. They won the league, and he led the team in scoring and rebounding. And then Noyes Intrasitis was a part of a team that was a top 10 team all season long. Although he didn't play much, he got to be a part of those practices. He got to play behind a kid that was an All-American. And so he got to soak in that knowledge. And so those were the transfer portal guys. When you look at the high school kids, Amari Weatherspoon was the one that we signed early. And we knew that he had a physicality, defensive presence, been coached really, really well. Late in the process, we had been involved with Roman for a while. And we just finally were able to get that done late. But obviously, with his background, playing professional over there, but also in rugby, there's a level of physicality and competitiveness that he has. And then when we looked at Makari, we got him late. He provides a level of physicality, toughness, competitive spirit. And then the last two guys were Henry and Kieran. And those are guys we look at for the future. There's a possibility that we're going to redshirt both of them. Kieran is someone that may not this year. We thought that's what we're definitely going to do, but then when everything happened with Deshaun, it's something that we'll look to try to figure out. But that's what we looked at in the portal or late recruiting and putting this roster together. I like the roster. I like how we've come together since really late June, early July. Added Roman first week of September. Still trying to figure out who we are, but, there's a competitiveness, there's a toughness, there's a defensive presence that's there that we've seen that hopefully carries over all season.
from the tape that you gathered from the scrimmage and also from the exhibition game, how valuable has that been, and what have you learned from that?
It's been great. I mean, both exhibition games, obviously, it's two different levels. You're playing against the Providence team that I think was just picked fourth in the Big East. They're older, especially in the backcourt. They had older guys in the backcourt. 2 fifth-year guys, a kid that averaged 17 at Vanderbilt last year, a kid that didn't play last year at Central Florida, but the last year he played, he averaged 16 points a game in the Big 12. And then another kid, Corey Floyd, who's been there, who's an older guy in their program. And then some older guys in the front court. Both games, we didn't get off to a great start, so we have to figure that out. But against Providence, we were able to get back in the game, get the lead, and really control the game for the rest of the game. They cut it to 2 there at some point in the second half, but we were able to extend it back to 12, and I think we ended up winning by 7. They hit a 3 at the buzzer. Against Pitt Johnstown, we did not play well in the first half. We didn't play with the necessary toughness, the physicality, the defensive attention to detail, all of those things. And it led to it being a closer game probably than anyone anticipated. And they were terrific. I liked how we responded. And so for me, that game, what it taught us, the Providence game, what it taught me was that I think we can be pretty good because we beat a pretty good team and we did some really good stuff. And our guys, especially our young guys on the perimeter, held up physically against older, strong, really strong guys. That's one thing I've been concerned about. What Pitt Johnstown showed us was that if we don't play that way, that's where we're not just going to out-talent you. Like there's certain things that we have to do in order to be the best versions of ourselves. We were able to turn the switch on in the second half and do that. We won the second half 53-23. And so to me, it was a great lesson for us to learn that.
All right, as we continue, I want to ask you about 2 of the big returning players, Beba Cummings and Cam Corhan, and the impact there. And also, how in the world Bob Huggins appeared in a Pitt promotional video. We'll find out about that next. It is the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Mom, can you tell us a story about Ted?
There once was a Clearview expert named Ted who helped a family plan for their future ahead. As savings accounts started their journey to grow.
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions. Listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, Pitt fans. At LB Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt. Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pete and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC championship.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Mom, can you tell us a story about Ted?
There once was a Clearview expert named Ted who helped a family plan for their future ahead. A savings account started their journey to grow.
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
We're back with the Jeff Capel Show. The Panthers host Youngstown State coming up at 7 o'clock on Monday. Jeff, how you mentioned the new guys that are here. How have they impacted Biba and Cam Corhan, and how have those two kind of led what this program is about?
Yeah, well, it's been really good to have two guys back. Cam started every game last year. Biba didn't play in every game, but he played a lot and had some really, really big moments. When Biba decided to stay, that was at a point where everyone was leaving. So it was really important for us last spring, him kind of being the first guy saying that he was staying. Obviously, he had an impact on, had some impact as a freshman, is a talented young man, and we think he has a bright future. Cam never really was going to enter. I don't know if there was speculation around here, but we felt good about him the whole time. And so it was good, especially to have one front court guy and one back court guy. And so they understand what our program's about. Brandon probably a little bit more because he's been really in the program since Nelly was here. And in those last 3 years, even though we screwed up last January and February, we've won a lot. I think we've won 65 games. I think we're fifth in the league in wins over the last 3 years. And it's certainly not where we want to be, but it's okay. It wasn't okay how we ended last year, and we want to be better. But having those two guys back helps us because they know what the program is about and the things that are required in order to be really good. Having the new guys, how they've impacted them, they push them. They're able to hold them accountable. There's a level of physicality there, especially in the backcourt, that's really helping Brandon. Because when we get in these games, we're playing against older, more mature guys and more physical guys, and so I think they're helping each other, which has been really cool to see.
When you were, and we're at the first Jeff Capel Show of the year, if you were to walk into the Pete and hear excitement about an opposing coach, it'd probably be Jim Boeheim and then Bob Huggins. Maybe not in that order. Maybe Bob's first. But we're watching a video of the Pitt Unscripted series, and there's Bob. How did that come about?
Well, I've had a really good relationship with Coach Huggs for a while. Obviously, he and my father had great respect and admiration for each other. So I got to know Huggs when I was younger, when my dad was a coach, probably before I even got to college. And then my first year as the head coach at Oklahoma, Huggs was still at Kansas State. So we coached against each other there. His first year at West Virginia, we played them when I was at OU. His first year back at West Virginia, we went to West Virginia and won. And that relationship just stayed, being around. Certainly when I came here and we were playing them when he was coaching, during the 40 minutes that we played, we competed like heck against each other. But afterwards, there was still a relationship, and a relationship that preceded Pitt, West Virginia, or anything like that. So that's where my relationship with him, how that came about, is the guy we hired as general manager, Jay Kuntz, was a manager for Coach Huggs. And then Coach Huggs kept him on his staff. And they are really close. And Jay mentioned that Huggs wanted to maybe come to practice. And I told him anytime he wants to come to practice, he can come to practice. I'd love to pick his brain, have him watch our team, and get his thoughts of what he thinks. And so he came, spent a day, obviously spent some time with me in my office. His daughter was there. It was great just to reminisce and talk about old teams, and I was able to pick his brain about his time at Cincinnati and obviously his time at West Virginia. He had a chance to watch his practice. I was able to talk to him after that about what he thought. And so for me, it was great having him here. Obviously he's a great coach. Did an unbelievable job everywhere that he was. He's a good man. And it's great to see him doing well. He looked great. He sounded great. And that was really cool to see.
I'm going to tell you a quick story before I ask you more about Jay. The 3 overtime loss, Ronald Ramon hits the 3 in the corner, and 93.7 The Fan, the flagship station, had just started. And Bob Huggins was coming on with Greg Giannotti, who was doing nights. He is now the morning host with The Fan in New York with Boomer Esiason. But he's recapping the game and saying, "Man, Bob, how great was it to be a part of a game like that?" And there was like the Huggins pause. "It wasn't great for us, Greg." But he's got that sense of humor.
That's him. No, he's hilarious. He's hilarious. And I like him because he's a straight shooter. I mean, those are the people that I like. It reminds me of my dad. Like, my dad was a military guy. No one ever had to wonder where they stood with my dad. And growing up as a child and as I got older, you know, it's one of the things that attracted me to Coach K, because it was the honest truth. It could be brutal at times. And that's where I think Hugs and I have connected. I mean, when our TBT team played in West Virginia a couple of years ago, we took our team actually to go see them, and Coach Hugs was there. And I made it a point to go up in the crowd and find them and talk to them, and I sat with them for a little bit. I mean, I have a lot of respect for coaches, period. This profession is hard. It's become harder the past few years with all the moving parts and all the things that are going on. And so I don't know if it's because I grew up with it. My dad was a coach. Certainly it's not something I wanted to do when I was our players' age, but I have a lot of respect and admiration for coaches, and I love to be around coaches. I love to pick their brains and to get their thoughts about their team, stuff from the past. I love hearing old stories, and Coach Hugs has a lot of them.
In about a minute or so, and I know it's hard, but when Jay Kuntz was hired, there was a lot of reaction around the basketball world about what a great hire that was. What makes him a great hire, and what's his role as general manager?
Well, I didn't really know Jay, but I knew the teams that he helped put together at West Virginia, along with Coach Hugs and the rest of the staff. But, you know, it sounded like he did a lot of the work as far as the relationships with the agents and the people that are involved in these kids' lives. And, you know, it's something, to be honest with you, Jeff, I've wanted to have for the past few years as a general manager, because it's hard for us as coaches trying to coach, trying to scout, trying to do all these things, and then to navigate this new world. Jay is very comfortable in that world. We aren't. We're just learning that he's very comfortable. And I just thought that he would be a great fit for what we needed. And he's done an outstanding job for us.
All right, coming up, we are going to talk to 3 Pitt players, freshman Amari Witherspoon, newcomer DeMarco Minor, and a special event set up by Papa Conte. That's all coming up. It's the first Jeff Capel show of the season on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been there to celebrate yours, building homes, businesses, and communities together, bringing new opportunities to generation after generation. For 200 years, KeyBank's been meeting you in the moments that matter most. Here's to 2 centuries of service and counting. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, "What's your salary?" At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, "What's your story?" We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
Do you desire a career in the electrical industry, have a strong work ethic, and take pride in your work? Well, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local Number 5 has immediate opportunities for you. Earn industry-leading wages and benefits, including health care for your family, retirement packages, continuing education programs, pathways for advancement, and so much more. For information, call 412-432-1400 or visit us online at ibw5.org today.
Hey Pitt fans, at LB Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt. At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
We're back here on the Jeff Capel Show. We are joined by freshman Amari Witherspoon out of Washington, D.C. I want to start with this. What's it been like being away from home?
I really missed home. I can't lie. I missed my friends, my family. But just being here, I feel like there's a lot of you got a lot of just off time. Like you come here, you practice at 12:30, you're here for about 2 hours, and then you got the rest of the day to yourself. Like unlike high school, you're in school for 6-7 hours a day. I got probably 2 hours of classes each day, so there's a lot of free time. But other than that, I've been enjoying this transition so far.
Have you figured out how to wash your clothes, cook, all those things?
Nah, I haven't found out how to cook. Washing the clothes, yeah, I'm pretty good on that. The only thing I got to fix is just folding them. You know, sometimes wash the clothes, get them out the dryer. I just have it sitting in that pile sometimes. I don't got my mom no more, so my mom not coming in. She's not coming in. The clothes is not disappearing no more. They staying right there, so I got to get better at folding the clothes on time. But
have you told your mom that? Like, hey.
Yeah, I told my mom that. And I really appreciate for what she would do, because I come home, a bunch of clothes, they would just be sitting there, and then I come home one day and they just be magically put into the drawers, all folded and neat. I was like, wow, there's a ghost. But I don't got that ghost in my house.
I know, I had that mom ghost too.
So I got to focus now and do it myself.
You went to the same high school as Ish Leggett. Did you guys know each other, or was there a relationship there?
Yeah, I mean, I knew who he was. Like, we wasn't really close for real, but I knew he went to St. John's, and he took the same route. He was at Rhode Island, and then he went to Pitt. So I always looked up to him. You know, I was watching him play when he was at St. John's, so I always looked up to him for sure.
Speaking of watching him play, did you ever get to watch Bub play with the Wizards?
Yeah, I seen Bub play with the Wizards, not in person, but like it's the same kind of thing. It's like I knew who Bub was. We weren't close for real, but I knew who they were, and I followed them all along high school and where they at right now.
He's gonna be pretty good.
Nah, yeah, Bub, and it's hoping for the best for both of them.
What are your emotions like as you get ready for your first college game?
I mean, I just look back at all the hard work I've been putting in ever since I was a kid. I know ever since I was born, my dad had that little likes court, and he put the ball in my hand. So it's just gonna be great to go back and look at all the hard work I've been putting in and head into my first game. I'm excited to go out there, put on a show. I've been working real hard this off season on my game with my coaches and just putting in all that extra work. So I'm ready to go out there and show everybody what I've been working on.
You mentioned your dad. Is he the one most responsible for where you're at?
For sure. My dad would do so much back in the day. Like, my mom wouldn't even understand what he's doing. Like, I know reclassing and stuff like that. Like, he always just had that plan for me. And I really appreciate him and love him for that, because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the man I am today without him. So big shout out to Pops. Shout out to Pops.
Well, hey, best of luck in your first game. I know we're going to talk a little later in the year. Good luck against Youngstown State.
Thank you.
All right. Amari Witherspoon. Jeff comes back next. We'll discuss Youngstown State's 7 o'clock on Monday. It's the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better, and that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because every dollar and every moment counts. Because value you can count on is priceless. On sale this season at Giant Eagle, you'll find lower prices to the end of the year on favorites like Honeycrisp apples, Oreo cookies, eggs, and more. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Limited time only through 12/31/25. Prices and participation may vary.
At UPMC, we believe care goes beyond our walls and into our communities. That's why we support organizations and individuals who help people prosper by giving them skills and training for employment, including right here at UPMC. Because life-changing is providing people a chance to grow. Learn more at upmc.com/community impact. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pete and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC championship.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey Pitt fans, at L.B. Foster Company, we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges. Our technology and product-based solutions support both efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure. We work hard every day to help keep our world moving. If you'd like to join our team or want to learn more about us, please check us out at lbfoster.com. Thanks, and hail to Pitt.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Jeff Capel Show. A very special game against Texas A&M December 2nd, not just because of the crossover against A&M, but there's going to be a kids' shoe drive hosted by Papa Conte. Tell us about how this all came together.
It's all started like when I was back home, just when I started playing basketball, I didn't have shoes, and it was hard for me to get shoes and stuff like that. So remember I used to have like one shoes I used to wear for like a year and a half or something like that, and my uncle gave me my first shoes and all that. So like when I come to United States, my mind is always like, oh, one day I want to give back to the community, to kids who would appreciate that, because those things kids never forget. So I'll never forget when I got my first shoes, who gave it to me and all that. So I want kids to just have that on their mind, so they can say, oh, Papa did this for us, so they can do the same thing for us. So, but it's all started, and Mrs. Celeste would help me too. So she's big.
She's the best.
She's the best. Yeah, she's my favorite. I love her. So she really like work hard for this to happen. Make sure that she talk to every person that she know. All the paper and stuff like that. So I want to thank her because she's the one that makes this happen for this game too. So I can give back to the community, my community.
Yeah, and Papa talking about Celeste Welsh, who does an amazing job, has been here forever, and she helps make a difference at the university. It's a great shout out for her.
Yeah, I love her. Thank you so much. I love you.
And when you say kids, it could be little kids, teenage kids.
Yeah, it can be like kids who wear size from 4 to 14, 15, because some kids are 14 there and they size 13, 14, so I don't remember. So it can be like that, yeah.
You guys can identify with a teenager that's wearing a size 15.
15, yeah. I can definitely do.
What was it like playing basketball without shoes?
It was tough, but it was just fun too because like at one point you share it with your brother or you share it with your friend, so you just like that make you to work harder to say, oh, I know that one day it's gonna come, it's gonna change, and it was tough too because you have to play outside of course, so it's not like indoor, so it's outside, and sometimes my foot, like the shoes can be like, so I have to put like paper on it too, so like because I don't have money
feet
to.
Weren't big enough.
Yeah, my feet were big enough too, so like my feet wasn't not big enough, so I have to like put some paper on it to make it like fit my feet, so like but it was those moments that you're never gonna forget. It was tough, but it was those good moments too because you always like remember it forever in your life. So yeah.
What will it mean to you if a kid comes up to you and says, I got shoes because of what you guys put together? Oh man, that's mean everything to me. It mean the world to me. It does mean more than me scoring 10 points and 30 rebounds. People remember that or something like that. It just like give me joy because I know how it feels not to have nothing. So if kids come to me and like say, thank you, I have this, it's gonna put tear in my eye because I was starting, especially I was doing this since I was in the United States, since I was in high school when I my first time going back home, collecting 22s, 15, To take back home.
To take back home. Every time I go 20, 30. Every year I go up. So, but this one I wanted a lot of kids, especially for the girls, because every time I go it's like my size, 15, 16. 14, stuff like that. Those are the kind of shoes I collect and bring. But some kids, especially girls, they don't have shoes. So it would mean a lot. It means a lot to me.
It's not the only thing you've ever done in the community. What's it like to kind of get out and know the fans that come and see you or root for you? During the summer, I think I went to the backpack drive, the backpack backpack giveaway something. I went there with for school.
School. So before the school started, and it was good. It was good. Just see people. Really appreciate those little things. For us now, maybe it's easy for us because we get a lot of stuff free and stuff like that. But those kind of stuff really make you appreciate things more and be thankful, grateful for everything they be doing in here, and fans come show you love and and appreciate. So it just give you be more thankful and grateful. So that's how I can describe it.
What do you remember about the first shoes that were only yours? What do you remember about that pair?
Oh, my first shoes that I have. Man, I don't know. It was a black and red shoes, but I think it was Adidas if I'm not wrong. I don't know. It was because I don't know a lot about shoes, but I know it was black and red. It was my friend, my classmate, Eric. He's in Hawaii right now. He probably stopped playing basketball now. His dad saw me. I didn't have shoes because when I come to the United States, I bring my Jordan that my uncle, peace and love, he passed away, but he's the one who brought that for me. So I bring it to the United States, and I was just wearing it to the airport to here, and I playing with it. So when he saw me playing with that, and it was like size 14, and I was supposed to wear size 15, so the shoes was very tight. And he saw me, and he started talking to me. One day later, he gave it to me, and that's shoes is special. He's like, yeah, this is my only shoes that he ever give it to me, and I always remember it. I would never forget those kind of shoes. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Again, that's December 2nd against Texas A&M. We're looking for new shoes for kids for this area.
Yeah. For new shoes, they say that they only take new shoes. So for new shoes, yeah.
Well, Papa Amadou Kante, best of luck with that. We appreciate that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. See you on November 3rd. So.
Yeah. Panthers landed a player from Mich Leggett's High School. What else to know about freshman guard Amari Witherspoon? As the Panthers open Monday at home at 7 against Youngstown State. This is the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Mom, can you tell us a story about Ted?
There once was a Clearview expert named Ted who helped a family plan for their future ahead. As savings accounts started their journey to grow.
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better, and that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because every dollar and every moment counts. Because value you can count on is priceless. On sale this season at Giant Eagle, you'll find lower prices to the end of the year on favorites like Honeycrisp apples, Oreo cookies, eggs, and more. Giant Eagle, because it matters. Limited time only through 12/31/25. Prices of participation may vary.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like, pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank member FDIC.
Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
Mom, can you tell us a story about Ted?
There once was a Clearview expert named Ted who helped a family plan for their future ahead. As savings accounts started their journey to grow.
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Find sweet success with Sarah's Candies Fundraising. We've been helping groups like yours raise money for over 60 years and offer a variety of flexible programs to find a fundraising solution that works for everyone. Maximize your profits with our holiday brochure sale. Fundraise 100% online with our online ordering program, or earn up to 70% profit by selling chocolate bars and pretzel rods year-round. Fundraising with Sarah's Candies is easy and profitable. Visit sarahscandiesfundraising.com or call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
Welcome back. It is the first Jeff Capel Show of the year. We are joined by guard DeMarco Minor, transfer from Oregon State. You mentioned to us after, I think it was the Providence game, about how you're getting to know your teammates. How has that process gone, and what have you learned about your guys here before the season starts?
Like I said, spending quality time with the guys, understanding their youth, some who got experience, background, it's growing. I mean, it's getting better for me, understanding what things I can say to certain guys to get them going. It's a long journey, but I feel like I'm going the right direction with it.
Why do you want to be in a leadership role? What is it about your personality that leads?
I think that's a God-given gift. I feel like everybody don't have that willingness to want to be a leader or come with being a leader, So I feel like God's given me that gift, and I got to take it head on because He given me the gift.
How do you view a good leader?
someone who's willing to lead by example. You know, not just get on guys for setting an expectation, but also being that expectation. And when things go bad, taking it on the chin, you know, you take the backlash, you know, and how good you respond in adversity. Are you going to get your guys going, or are you just going to worry about yourself?
Your first communication with Pitt when you entered the portal, like, take us back to how Pitt kind of got on your radar.
It was kind of chaotic during that time, but just seeing their play style over the last couple of years, like guard dominant. I remember watching them probably like 2-3 years ago. Man, he just got a lot of faith in his guards. You know, it's not really it's structured, but it's like he got faith in his guards. So I wanted to go somewhere for my last year where a coach is going to trust my maturity to make the right decision and right play.
We're joined by DeMarco Minor, transferred from Oregon State. So you were basically in the Midwest. You go all the way out to Oregon, and then you come back here. What did you like about city, facilities, campus, those type of things?
It was more just a city-like feel back at home. You know, I've been, like I said, on the West Coast. That's a whole different life over there. I just wanted to be kind of a little bit closer to home in a sense, but just feel like that home vibe, like a downtown city, you know. That's about it, though.
You started at, is it South Suburban College?
Yes, South Suburban.
So how did that come about? And then kind of take us through, you were at SIU at Edwardsville after that, right?
Yeah, I went to South Suburban. That's what sparked everything. That's when we won the Natty, of course, and went 33-0 and stuff like that. And I feel like that's when I started to open my eyes up as being a point guard. Then I went to Southern Illinois, Edwardsville, where it was like, okay, I was coming from scoring the ball all the time. Then I went to an organization where I would play one of the best scorers I ever played with in my life, Rayshon Taylor. So I had to get off the ball because he needed it. So it helped me grow into the point guard I am now, playing with him for 2 years. I understand he needs the ball, and also we need to give him the ball for us to win the game, you know. So, and then using those skills to come to Oregon State, it was like, okay, I'm playing with a whole bunch of overseas players. They don't understand what's really going on. Me getting on them hard is they kind of shut down in a sense. So it's like me getting them going, giving them the ball. Now they start to accept my leadership because okay, he passed me the ball, but he just want me to, you know. So now that I'm in this role at Pitt, it's like, okay, putting all that together. Being a scorer, being a leader, being a vocal defender, also understanding how to talk to people. And I feel like I learned that at Oregon State. And then the point guard position where getting off the ball, I feel like I learned that at SIUE. So just putting that all together for the final product.
DeMarco, where did your defense come from?
I just said that's like Chicago basketball thing. You got too much pride unless somebody's scoring you.
All right, that's a good place to jump off because I want to ask you what it was like to play high school basketball in Chicago, and I heard you played a little football too. Yeah. So we're going to discuss that. That's next on the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
A bicentennial isn't measured in years alone, but in progress. And KeyBank has been there to celebrate yours, building homes, businesses, and communities together, bringing new opportunities to generation after generation. For 200 years, KeyBank's been meeting you in the moments that matter most. Here's to 2 centuries of service and counting. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC championship.
Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan. At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association.
This month, a $25 donation sponsors a stocking filled with snacks, entertainment, and a personal holiday greeting for deployed service members and veterans. GB Life employees will pack and ship each stocking through Operation Reach Out, our charitable program supporting veterans, first responders, and communities nationwide. Visit inside.gbu.org/heroes to learn more. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. GBU Life and its agents do not provide tax advice. For guidance, you are encouraged to consult with a qualified tax advisor.
Back to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
We are back with DeMarco Minor. Here it is, the Jeff Capel Show. The Panthers host Youngstown State, 7 o'clock on Monday. So we hear a lot of great basketball areas. What was it like to play basketball in high school in Chicago?
It was fun. Man, I was blessed enough to, my senior year, we went 33-1, so I think we was battling for 1 or 2 in the state. So it was fun, actually, because every game was competitive. Everybody talking crazy, talking crap in the crowd, on the team, on the court. So it was fun, and it allowed you to take pride in just the sport.
I mean, when you would show up in your bus to an opposing place, like, could you feel it the minute you walked in there?
Of course, for sure, especially just like the situation we was in. We was winning, we was beating up on everybody, so everybody wanted us to lose. So that was the fun part, actually. I like playing away more than I like playing at home, just off that simple fact.
Really? And that's kind of stuck with you?
Yeah, I like playing, because I feel like when you win away, it holds more weight than when you win it at home, to me.
Let's look at some guys. I mean, Jabari Parker, Derrick Rose, Anthony Davis, Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade, I think it's from Oklahoma, but that maybe kind of counts. Jalen Brunson, Kevin Garnett, George Mikan, way back in the day, Mark Aguirre, Maurice Cheeks, Michael Finley. I mean, were there any favorites you had growing up, or guys that you heard stories about?
In the city, of course, all of those are greats for sure, and of course, every coach that you go play for in Chicago bring up those coaches. But I want to say, like, I admire any of them. I always was a Kobe fan and KD fan, just off the strength of just their approach to the game, work ethic, mentality, so that's what I kind of look up to. But for sure, though, they set the tone for, like, generation of basketball. That's why we play the way we do, because of those guys, for sure.
We're joined by DeMarco Minor, nicknamed Polo.
Yes, sir.
Where's the origin of that?
My uncle gave me that name when I was kind of young, and like when I was a baby. I used to wear like a lot of polo onesies, so Marco Polo song came out, they're like, oh yeah, we might as well just call him Polo.
Wasn't after like the Marco Polo, that type of thing?
Yeah, like the song, I want to say Bow Wow came out with a song a little minute ago. Yeah, so once he dropped that song, I think that's when it like stamped like, okay, there's name Polo now.
You have 4 siblings.
Yes. So
how did that help you grow, and what did you learn from your brothers and sisters?
Well, when my father passed, everybody kind of went off in their own lane because we got different mothers. So that just allowed me to be able to just focus on myself. I know it sounds kind of selfish, but like I tell my little brothers and sisters, and my oldest brothers too, and my older sister as well, like I had to find myself, so I could figure out myself, so I could come back and be able to pour into y'all. Because at the time when our father left, all I seen was him. So I'm like, how do I get to that and be better? So I had to branch out from my own and become the man I am today, so I can come back and pour into them. Because if I would have stayed around them, I probably would have been leeching off them or taking away from their growth.
So I feel like it made me a better man, actually, to have those brothers and be in a situation that we had brothers and sisters.
With technology now, they're able to watch your games. I imagine you guys are able to chat it up after games.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, they do. They always show me love and correct me. My little brother is my worst critic because he played basketball. He always tell me like if I'm playing weak or, you know, it's always good to have that, like that tough love, you know. They never let me get too high or too low.
You played football.
Yeah.
What position?
Pretty much everything. Safety, wide receiver, corner, quarterback.
Do you have a favorite?
Safety, yeah, defense for sure.
You just like to hit?
Yeah, until people start getting like 220, 225. I'm like, come on, bro. I'm not going to keep hitting you, bro. There's no way.
Do you have a favorite moment from football?
Favorite moment? Yeah, I played Pop Warner. We went to the national championship, Pop Warner. We lost. I want to say it was like a game-winning touchdown. My homie DJ caught like a pass, but his feet so big that he was out of bounds. It was like a chunk of his foot was out of bounds and we ended up losing the game. But that was like the best moment ever. Like even us being in the national championship, you know, that feeling. Even though we lost, it was sad, but we made it though, bro. From Harvey, we made it. So that was probably my favorite moment for football.
What do you take from football that you still use in basketball?
That pride. You got to take everything personal. Like football, everything personal. Your assignment, because it's so aggressive. Like, because if you lose, if you mess up on the assignments, like he kind of took your manhood in a sense. So I try to carry that over to basketball, like guarding. Yeah, this is my man. I'm not finna let him score on me, you know. And if you do score on me, I'm like, man, you just, you know, get down. I'm like, man, you just let him take your manhood, you know. So just that converting that over to basketball.
You been watching any of the Pitt football team?
For sure, I definitely.
What do you think of Heinschel, a freshman, doing some of the things he's doing?
The quarterback,
yeah.
Man, he got a lot of poise, man, to be a QB doing that stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie. These freshmen nowadays are different. They is, man. And kudos to him, and I pray God continue to, you know, keep blessing him, putting his super on his natural line to continue to stack wins. But, man, he's doing real good.
Marco, nice meeting you. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
As we continue, we're going to talk to a very tall man with a very big heart. How you can help Papa Conte try to help others. It's the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Is your business looking for local and national health coverage? If you have more than 50 employees, UPMC Health Plan has something new for you. UPMC National Access. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, locally and nationally, choose UPMC Health Plan.
Post-Gazette sports reporters Noah Hiles and Chris Carter follow your Pitt Panthers like they're on man-to-man coverage. They're the best duo in the city for game summary, stats, and insider info for the Oakland Zoo and all fans. Catch the action on the North Shore Drive podcast and drop a line in their mailbag. And don't forget to follow coverage all season long in the Post-Gazette. Read about wins at the Pitt and on the road from the preseason all the way to the ACC Championship.
Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select the best. RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate partner of Pitt Athletics.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
As on the basketball court, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win with your financial goals. Their financial advisors use a proven wealth optimization system with a focus on retirement distribution strategy and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jks-financial.nm.com.
Let's return to the Jeff Capel Show on the Pitt Radio Network.
We're back with head coach Jeff Capel. It's the Youngstown State team that won 21 games last year. They scored 95 at Syracuse, and I know rosters change, but I would imagine you're expecting a challenge Monday night at 7.
Absolutely. They're very, very well coached. They really scored a basketball. They averaged 76 points a game last season. They have a lot of new guys, but they have a kid coming back, Carroll, that is a preseason first-team all-league guy. Some people have him preseason player of the year in the league. They've gotten a lot of good guys out of the portal, just going through their roster and looking at them. They've gotten guys that have been all conference at their previous places, even at Division II. A kid from right around here, he's from Steel Valley. It's a really good player, really confident player. And again, they're well coached. They play hard. They're used to winning. They won 21 games. They got to the championship of their conference tournament last year against Robert Morris. And so we expect the battle, know they're going to get after it, know they're going to be excited, and we will be too.
What's it like, that first speech before the first game of the year?
Nervous. You're just nervous, man. You're anxious. Like, they all count now. And like I told our guys after the last exhibition that we had against Pitt, Johnstown, like, now there's a column now. And we want to stack as many in the left side as we possibly can. And we got to fight like hell to keep them out of the right side. And we have to do that. Like, it has, how we show up every day, how we work, how we prepare, all of those things, we have to do that. And we have to play with urgency every time we cross those lines. So it's exciting, but it's also very, very nervous.
I want to ask you, too, with all the things that we were talking about, Jay, earlier in the show, that a head coach has to do now, what's it like for you to finally get into a game where all that is 2 hours of focusing on coaching? Well, more than 2 hours, but you get what I'm saying, where it's just basketball.
That's my favorite part. When we get to this part of the season, then you get into a rhythm because you're preparing for a team. You're scouting. You're trying to figure out offensively what you think can work. Defensively, you're putting a game plan together. You're trying to figure out different ways, like how can you motivate maybe an individual or your team, or what different things can we do? And I kind of block off all the other stuff that's going on. I tell the guys in our program, I didn't come to see you a lot your last year, the high school kids. Heck, the transfers is completely different, but the high school kids, because I was locked from once we started playing in November, I didn't really go out that much because I want to give our team everything that I have. And it's going to be the same thing with the young guys that we're recruiting now. Once we get to this point and Youngstown starts it, we're going to have 3 games in 7 days. And so it happens quickly, especially November happens quickly. And I'm really excited about it.
All right, Jeff, good luck.
Appreciate
it. Panthers pregame at 6:30 with the voice of the Panthers, Bill Hillgrove and Curtis Aiken. Tip at 7 as the Panthers start the season against Youngstown State right here on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.